Hi, I'm Robert with Oakwood Lawn Maintenance, and today I want to make a quick little video on a small issue I've been having that I've noticed over time. Let's get into the video. Just because your machine can actually cut tall, thick grass, should you? And what I mean by that, you get those clients that are overgrown 8 to 12 inches. Yes, you lift up your deck as high as you can go, 5 inches or so. You cut it up multiple times. You get it down to about 4 inches or so. You try to make it look as nice as possible. But what does that do to your mower? I am in the process of changing the belt because I think my belt stretched. Changing out the spring, that might be a little overkill. This spring is for the tensioner pulley down on the deck. So I just want to make a quick video to see if that improves it. Two things that I've noticed: brand new blades, I'm talking sharp brand new blades, and it's leaving stragglers, more stragglers behind. And what I think is happening is the blades are not spinning fast enough to create that updraft to stand all the grass up to cut it nice and clean. And also I noticed the grass is not necessarily clearing out the chute out of the deck far enough. It used to shoot a mile away almost, you know. I know that's an exaggeration, but the grass coming out of the chute used to shoot out a lot further away from the mower. So with that being said, let's jump into it. We're going to change the belt on this Exmark Radius E series and hopefully the spring. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to lower this deck down all the way. We're going to remove the foot plate. Take the guards off. You can see the spring in here. I was talking to the mechanic and he said he's seen those lose the tension on there, so we'll see how that works out. Take this side off. We're going to check the belt length first before we change the spring. So what we're going to do is take this tension off. Let's see if I can get a hold of it. There it is. This back here, where my hand is the idler pulley tensioner. So we're going to take tension off and just pop the belt off around the pulleys. Just got to take it off the back. All belts stretch out. Just pop that off like so, and now I can pull it forward. Just gonna tuck this through like so. Now the Exmark OEM part for this mower, 126-6627-SL. I'll put this in the description below, but this is from Exmark. Prices may vary in your area, but let's figure out if this has stretched. This is the new one compared to the old one. From cutting a lot of thick lawns, what I'm going to do is put it around the foot pedal here for the deck adjustment, and then I'm going to take the old one. Let's see how much these guys stretch over time. Inches, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, this is just a rough, probably not putting the same amount of tension, but it has at least an inch for sure. So I don't see any cracks or anything on this. The belt looks to be in good shape overall. So maybe use the spring. We are going to take off the spring for the idler pulley. Right there, we're going to put a new spring on. So it looks like there's a bolt holding on one end and it's just hooked over that end there. So it looks like I can just pop that up over with a screwdriver. See what we can do. should just be able, there you go, by hand. All right, so notice the orientation. That was a little easy. I think I'm gonna put my money on that spring. Let's see how hard it is to put the new one on. So I don't know if you can see, but back here, there is a place to hook the front. Yeah, that was that was way too easy for that spring to come off by hand. Yeah, the spring would be the culprit. You wouldn't think it. Almost 800 hours of mowing, I guess it would make sense. So let's see if we can get this off. There we go. There we go. Believe it or not, I think it was the spring. It was easy to take off by hand. I'm still gonna put the new belt on. But first, I'm gonna blow off this deck. So now we're gonna install the new belt. We're gonna push it to the back. Okay. On that. Now there is a diagram on your deck, usually in the back. Goes like that. Like this. Around. Into the outside pulley. We're gonna keep it off of this guy for a minute. And then now, pushing on the tensioner pulley. Boy, that's tight now. There we go. It should be tighter now. Gonna grease up the idler arm there. There's a Zerk fitting located on the side. So from what I found out on this project here, the belt was stretched out and the spring has lost its tension. The tension keeps the idler arm tension on the belt. So that was the original spring tensioner, if you will. And it's got about 800 hours on this machine, so I'm not gonna complain. I've done a lot of leaf cleanups. A lot of thick, deep leaf cleanups and a lot of thick mowing. So I think I got away pretty cheap. I'd have to look at the invoice to actually tell you what the spring costs, but I'm sure it varies depending upon what state or area that you live in. So with that being said, now I'm gonna fire it up, put all the covers back on, and literally spin it up to speed. And you can tell, if you've been on the mowers long enough, like when I put my Ultravac on, I can tell when the belt on the Ultravac needs to be replaced because it doesn't spin up to a high RPM. And I don't think it's the motor running smooth. The RPMs are right up there. I don't think it's the PTO clutch on the back. Everything starts up, everything else runs. It's just I noticed stragglers in the lawn, not from dull blades. And also the grass coming out of the chute was not coming out as far as I remembered it. So talked to the mechanics down at Winegard's, and they were like, yeah, check out that arm, tensioner arm there, and maybe change your belt. So that's what we're gonna do. And I hope that's helping somebody. If you notice that your mower isn't cutting as it used to, and simple little 15-minute change. It takes longer, obviously, to shoot the video and talk about it. But there is a diagram. I don't know if you can see it back here where my finger's pointing. And if you don't have a diagram left on your deck, I'm sure you can find one online. So before you get into it, you can always take a picture with your phone. See how the belt is on your deck. That's something I've done in the past with different units. So yeah, let's get this thing back together and give it a try.